As Earth Day approaches, it's worth revisiting the question, how can companies eliminate waste to create a healthier, thriving environment and economy? Jessica Long is the co-author of the Circular Economy Handbook. Welcome, Jessica.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me on your show.
So explain to me the philosophy behind the circular economy and why it's so important.
Well, for decades, we've been living in a linear economy. Basically, we've adopted a take, make, waste approach to production and consumption, meaning we take products, raw materials from the ground, we make products out of them, we use them, and then when we're done, we throw them away or turn them into waste. That's kind of a basic definition of the linear economy. In a circular economy, the goal is to keep products and resources in use for as long as possible, taking them back, turning them into new products and services wherever that makes sense. So you go from take, make, waste to take, make, take, make, take, make, essentially eliminating the whole concept of waste. As a result, everything has value and everything has purpose.
And how can companies begin to transition to that circular economy?
Well, at Accenture, we found that companies across every industry, big and small, can benefit from moving from linear to circular models of production and consumption. The first thing we usually tell companies to do is just to look at their own operations and their own value chains for these pockets of waste. That waste could be the materials going into their products, maybe they're toxic or single use or non-renewable. It could be excess materials or fabrics or food items that are left on the shop floor after creating their goods. It could be empty trucks or warehouses or kitchens that aren't fully utilized that could be better utilized and less wasted. Or could be the products that are actually sitting at their customers' homes, unused, headed for the landfill, that could instead be taken back into their own value chains.
And what benefits does the circular economy offer?
Well, we think there's a huge amount of benefits and an unprecedented opportunity to move from linear to circular economy to benefit consumers, companies, and the environment. Clearly, for the environment, by decoupling growth from the use of natural resources, we can continue to consume in the ways in which we want to consume without harming the planet. From a business's perspective, Accenture's research has found $4.5 trillion of economic value to be unlocked by moving to the circular economy just over the next 10 years. And for consumers, you can feel good knowing that buying sustainable and circular products will allow you to basically have the things that you want while protecting a thriving planet around us.
I'm wondering, what are some of the challenging obstacles and how can consumers help?
Yeah, as you can imagine, anytime you're making a big switch, especially if you're moving whole value chains, it can be quite challenging and several obstacles might come up. I'll just mention two. One that we see across all businesses is they're experimenting a lot of or experiencing a lot of small successes or a lot of pilots in circular economy. Maybe they're taking back products and creating them into new materials, or they're switching to new business models. The big challenge is they're not doing it at scale. And in order to really scale up the circular economy, companies will most likely need to work with their peers, sometimes with their competitors, with their entire supply chain, and oftentimes with consumers to actually get that product back. The second one I'll just mention is actually one of mindset. We have to be able to get into our minds this notion of no waste, that everything has value and nothing should ever be wasted.
And Jessica, where can we go for more information?
Well, for more information on the circular economy or on the Circular Economy Handbook, you can just go to accenture.com/circular economy handbook.
Jessica Long, thank you so much for being with us, and we'll be right back with more Midday Maryland right after this. Stay tuned.